Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode I'll be talking about the cost and requirements of setting up an hectare of oil palm plantation. If you are watching this channel for the first time, this channel is dedicated to profitable and sustainable agriculture. So kindly click on the subscribe button to have access to more of our videos. Thank you so much. So on this episode I'll be talking about the cost and requirements of you setting up an hectare of oil palm plantation. Some months ago I made a video about everything you need to know about oil palm farming. You can find this video on this channel. So from that time many people have reached out to me wanting to set up their own plantation. So I thought of making this video to serve as benefit for many people looking for a way to set up, so as to make it easy for them, what they will be needing and the cost implication. So let's get to it. The number one thing you need is setting up. When you want to set up your own oil palm plantation, the number one item on your list should be the land. So talking about the land here, you look out for a very good land with a very good topography, and it is always advisable that you buy the land, you make it your own. You don't rent a land or you lease a land to establish an oil palm plantation, because oil palm is a permanent crop, is a long-term crop, and you don't lease land or rent land to establish short a venture. So having buy your land, the cost of land depends on your locality, depends on your location. It all depends, and it ranges from 200,000 to around 500,000 in some area per acre. So, and if you want to establish an hectare of oil palm, you need 2.5 acres of land, because actually 2.5 acres make 1 hectare. So on an hectare, you buy your land in your desired location. Make sure the land is fertile and the topography is good. Don't buy a bad topography land, and you make some findings about the locality in the area. Make sure it's suitable for what you want to use it for. So having said that, the next thing on your list would be land preparation, bush clearing. So, and this also depends on your locality and where your land is situated. So on a normal day, clearing an acre of land is around 20,000 naira, but nowadays things have skyrocketed. So you should bear it in mind that, okay, if the land is too bushy or is a virgin forest, you will be spending nothing less than 100,000 naira upward, because you'll be needing to clear the land, clear the bushes, and if need be, you'll be cutting some trees. So having said that, having cleared your land, then you need a seedling to plant. This is the most important aspect of setting up an oil palm plantation. If you get this wrong, definitely you've already started on the wrong footing, and you will not be assured of success in this venture. So this is very, very, very important. You have to look for a very good planting material. And when I talk of planting material, oil palm have two natural form and 1 improved variety. There's Piscifera and Dura. These ones are the natural form, and they give low productivity. So it is always advisable you look out for Tenera hybrid seed, pure Tenera hybrid seed. So this is what you'll be needing to plant on your farm. When you plant this, you have access to many advantages, like, because this seedling is actually resistant to the vascular wilt disease, which is a very, very great disease in the oil palm industry. And when you plant Tenera also, you'll be able to harvest in the space. You start harvesting in the space of 3 years, and also the tree is relatively short stemmed, and also you enjoy massive productivity from planting this variety, unlike other 2 natural form, whereby you have low oil, and it will take 7 years before they start producing. whereby the tree must have grown very tall. So, and when you buy your seedling, you put it into consideration. And the cost of seedling now, before I forget, the cost of seedling now is around 500 naira, depending on where you are buying it from. If you are buying from a research institute like NIFO, or which is government owned, it's around 600 naira, But if you are buying from a company like Presco, Okomu Oil, you'll be preparing around 1,000 naira to 1,500 naira. And also you put the transportation cost also in your plan. And on an hectare of land, you'll be needing around 130 to 140 seedling. So you calculate 500 naira multiplied by 140 seedling you'll be needing, and you had your transportation cost depending on the location of your farm to where you are getting your seedling. So having said that, the next item on the list is actually the establishment, the digging and the setting out. And this is a whole lot of work. There's a whole lot of work, and you don't give it out to just ordinary people. There are people who take care of this. I do establishment for people. It's not a joke, because the establishment and the spacing of oil palm is actually a kind of have some kind of technicality in it. Is not something on a straight line. The spacing is 9 meter by 9 meter triangular, so you have some kind of technicalities in it. So digging and setting, you have to dig a very big hole where your seedling will sit in, and you map it out. You do some measurements. So you measure, you hire it out to professionals. So having done that, after establishment of your field, you do your microdosing of fertilizer. You apply fertilizer so as to serve as food for the newly planted seedling. So having established your field, the next thing that will be on your mind is management. And under management, we talk about weeding. We talk about the erection of wire gauze around your seedling, because, and this is a whole lot of work. You don't establish your farm and go away and thinking you come back after 3 years to start harvesting. If you do this, definitely all your initial investment will be gone, because the weed will take over your farm, and possibly there will be bushfire. People who don't know, okay, this is a farm, and you lose everything. So on weeding, you have to be weeding your farm at least in a space of 3 months, because you know your seedlings are still in a very tender age. So you have to prevent them from the overshadowing of weed. So, but one advice I used to give to people who newly established their oil palm plantation is that I advise them to engage the land in intercropping. When you engage the land in intercropping, don't forget, oil palm have a very wide spacing. So you engage the land in between the rows. You engage them in planting a short-term crop like maize. You can plant cassava, you can plant pepper, you can plant vegetable, you can plant okra, you can plant so many things. So by engaging the land in planting short-term crop, you are actually doing 2 things for yourself. You are creating another source of income while you are waiting for the oil palm to start fruiting, and also you are saving yourself the cost of weeding every 3 months. So it's a kind of win-win for your venture. So having said that, then you do this, and you do regular maintenance. You check up on your palm seedling, and you make sure you put wire gauze around all those small seedlings, because grass cutter usually attack young oil palm seedling and they will hit it up. So when you put wire gauze around, it prevents the attack of grass cutter. So with this, I think you've got value one way or the other, and these are the important things you have to put in place when you are thinking of setting up an oil palm plantation. So with this, I think you've got value one way or the other. And if you got value, kindly give this video a like and share with your friends. See you on my next video. Thank you for your time and thank you for your attention.